All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of International Soccer Break, the American edition, which means I have Rahi and Roy shaking their jersey but not wearing it. I don't know what's going on there.
It's a bit warm where I am again in New York. It's a bit warm, so I'm keeping it light. Summer weather. So summer wear.
Good for you.
Yeah,
both got the white t-shirt.
Yeah, they're both wearing white t-shirts. Did you guys coordinate that or
more
what?
cream, more skin tone? As you can see here, it's a little creamy.
Yeah, all right. I think people are done with your guys' fashion sense, but what they're not done with is how have American players done so far? I think it's about time we check in on our boys and see how they're doing in Europe. So it's been about, what do we have now? Maybe 2 months into the season, give or take. And so let's just do a little pulse check. Who stood out for you guys? We'll start with the forwards and we'll work backwards. So who has stood out for you in the Pepi Balgoun situation so far?
Go for Rahi. You go first.
Ballo all day. I mean, Pepi's been great. He's been great. But Balogun's goal this weekend was such an angry goal. You know, it was a beautiful goal. It was a reaction to a game where he missed 2 penalties. I love his swagger. I love his confidence. And the way he scored was just, forget all that. I'm him. And he is him. I'm super excited. I think he's only getting up from now.
Okay.
What's your grade? Man? You got to grade him.
Because after that ridiculous heartbreak of 2 missed penalties in your first start and to come back the way he did, that takes guts, man. I think he's an A minus. Okay, A minus.
Okay.
That's a little aggressive with the
Pepi's
positivity
B
there.
plus.
Okay, Pepi B plus. Okay.
Balogun for me, he's had an on-off season. He's had a horrible game and he's had a good game. Not excellent, good. I think he is primed to break out, but so far this season, I'm a little underwhelmed. I'm giving him a C plus.
Okay.
Pepi off the bench. I mean, he's doing great when he plays. It doesn't seem like he's going to start anytime soon. I'm going to give him a solid B.
Okay. Let's move into the midfield now. Who's the spin standout for both of you?
It's got to be Puli, right? It's got to be Puli. Despite the bad performance in the Milan derby, he's been so good. He scored a lot of big goals and some excellent goals as well. And this is a big year for him, and he's lived up to that. I think it's a B plus so far, but for me, it's Puli.
Okay. Puli for me, I'm giving him a B minus. Let me tell you why. He's too inconsistent. We don't know who the hell is going to show up that game week, and that is frustrating. That's the same problem he has with the U.S. men's national team. Same problem the U.S. men's national team has as a whole. So I'm giving him a C plus. I don't like how inconsistent he's been. I don't like that he's disappeared against the hardest opponents as well. That's concerning. But the other midfielder I do want to point out that none of the people on this call will point out is Luciano Acosta, MLS's best player right now. He has something like 16 goals, 11 assists. He's a front runner for MVP. He's American.
Okay.
For those that have forgotten about that.
Who's your standout in Europe?
Midfield. In Europe, it's Mckennie. It's got to be Mckennie. And Tillman again, he goes from sleeping in and getting dropped from the team to having an excellent game. He looked like Sergio Busquets in his last game.
He needed some extra rest that weekend.
It was the sleep. Yeah, I was just going to say sleep. Okay,
yeah, he got a lot of good sleep, so he was well rested, energized.
Yeah. McKinney's an A.
He's on and off, man. He's a good player. He's a phenomenal player, but I think he's another one that turns off against harder opponents.
Okay, let's get to the defense. Let's get to defense. Who's been the standout in defense this year?
It's Jedi. Consistent Jedi Robinson. Super consistent. It has become an excellent player. And for a club that competes week in and week out at Fulham, I think it's Jedi, and I think there's no question about it. I think it's been another A start to the season for Jedi Robinson.
Okay.
I think Jedi's been all right. I don't think he's having a better season than last season. I'm going to throw a curveball out here. I think our best defender this season, can you guess who I'm going to say?
Walker Zimmerman.
John Anthony Brooks. Best American defender this season.
Don't start with that.
Best American defender this season.
Man. This
starting
is like
every single game for Hoffenheim and blocking every attack. He is doing phenomenal. What are they in third and fourth now? He is playing excellent. The best soccer of his career, but he's not going to get called up. That for me
he should not get called up.
Okay. Anyway,
I disagree.
Anyway, let's talk.
Ship
Let's
has
talk.
sailed.
Okay, yes, that's fine. This is not a debate on John Brooks, like that, but
Should be a
let's
debate.
talk. Let's talk Matt Turner. How's he done so far for both of you?
I think it's a C for Matt Turner. I think certainly he's getting the starting job, which is nice. He's getting a lot of action. He just needs to be more commanding. His performance this weekend wasn't great. He had a bit of a howler. For me, he's had some good games, had some bad games. I want him to be more consistent. I want him to be the leader of that team and a goalie that you think, man, this guy's a beast. He's not yet there.
All right, Roy.
Yeah, I think he's surprised at the beginning when he got the starting spot and he played a couple good matches. And the last game, I would give him a D minus in his last game. He shouldn't have allowed that goal to go in. There was a second one that his defender saved on the line that he should have got a hand to.
Yeah,
holy crap!
And he gave the ball away too.
Goal.
Yeah,
he's been on and off. I C minus. Yeah,
okay.
I hope he steps it up because I love him, man. I think he's a phenomenal goalkeeper, but he has to step it up.
Okay, let's quickly get to the on-off topic of the day. So, just given sort of where everyone is at in terms of the American contingent, Pulisic will be the best American abroad this season. In other words, Pulisic will have the best season of any U.S. men's national team player, on or off. Let's get into it.
Go, Rahi.
I'm offsides. I think he's number 3. Number 1 is Ballo. I think Balgoun is about to break out in a huge way for Monaco. I love his response this weekend. He's in and around everything they do. I think he's going to have a breakout year. So for me, it's number 1 is Ballo. Number 2, honestly, might be Yunus Musa. I don't sleep on Yunus Musa. He's had some great performances, and he's about to be a big part of the starting lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being a key starter, and he ends up contributing in a big way. So I think Puli's going to be great, but Ballo number 1. So I'm offsides on this one.
Okay.
I'm offsides as well, Rocky. We agree on this one here. I'm offsides because of how inconsistent he is and because he hasn't proven that he could do it in Champions. He did it in Champions, 3 years ago now? But since then, he's not doing it against the better teams, and that's worrisome to me. For me, it's going to be Mckennie. He has been such a solid presence, but beyond solid. He's impressive. He has swagger. He's confident. And I think it's a matter of time before he's going to start getting on the score sheet. I love how he's playing. For me, it's Mckennie. And the worst player of the Americans abroad is Brenden Aaronson, my friends. Man, what a disappointment he's been. So
what a way to take it to like a dark place where I never was trying to go with this.
Just had to mention it because none of us mentioned our boy Brenden.
Thanks for bringing us all down, man.
Yeah, thanks.
I
I will go with Onside on this. I do think Pulisic has had a standout. To go to a club like AC Milan, also just starting off a new club, it's not easy with the type of talent that they have as well. So I'm going Onside. I think he will continue to get that consistency that he has been lacking the more confidence he gets. But that is where we're at. We will do consistent check-ins with our USMNT boys. And until next time, go USA.
Vamos USA.
Let's go. And they're all coming home soon.
Oh, I can't wait.